to expect in Nepal. Expect beautiful views. It is probably the most beautiful country in the world as far as the natural beauty, the mountains, the Himalaya.
त्यो कति 15 16 कति छ हेर्न त्यहाँ विकासलाई थाहा हुनु पर्ने
Right behind me you can see the fuel lake in Pokhara. You can take a day trek or a day hike up to Kande. From Lakeside, where the most tourist places are, where most hotels and so are, you can take a short bus ride to the Zero bus station. From there you can take the Baglung bus to Khare. Expect that the public transportation is probably the worst you ever seen anywhere. The local buses, they don't even have a schedule, where you kind of know when they're leaving, but you never know when you get there. Basically, they're stopping every 50 meters inside the cities to pick up passengers, drop off passengers. Also, you can expect that the price of water is like 10 times the normal price when you go hiking. So a bottle of water that would cost 10 rupees or 20 rupees down in town, here is like 100. So never drink water from a spring in the mountains or anywhere else for that matter in Nepal. There's giardia, there's other diseases. So always purify the water or boil it if you can, obviously. There are small pills like chlorine and such, and then you can purify the water. It's pretty easy. What happens is when it's raining and it's also cold at night and hot during the day, there's a lot of fog that comes up and it's blocking the view. The best trekking starts in October. Depends on the area actually, but most of the trekking in Annapurna area, Everest, and most of the other places where the monsoon reaches would be best in October, November, and even December. However, in December it starts to be a little cold, especially at night and up on the mountain. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands to go on a real trek like Annapurna base camp track or of the such, you can do a short hike or a short trek around the Pokhara. Probably the shortest and the easiest, and with okay views, it's the Dhampus trek. You would take a bus from Pokhara to Khare or somewhere in that area, and then walk to the Australian camp. It has a very nice view, permitted by the clouds, of course. And from there you can walk to the Dhampus and then down to Pedi and to take a bus and back to Pokhara. So you can do that in one day if you want. If it's sunny and nice view, you can do that one day and go back to Pokhara the same day. Or you can spend the night somewhere in Dhampus or in Australian camp. The next one up is the Poon Hill trek. Poon Hill trek combines the best probably in a short trek. You can see Dhaulagiri, you can see Annapurna, Machhapuchhre, and all the other peaks from the Poon Hill. It's just amazing, and it's really short. You can make it in 3 days. I mean, the whole trip. But you do need a permit. On the Dhampus one, you do not need a permit. If you want to hike the Annapurnas, at the moment you need 2 permits. There is the TIMS permit, which is basically a trekker. So they record your movement at all the checkpoints, and hopefully they won't lose track of you. In my opinion, it's another way for them to make money, but I might be very subjective on this because I have to pay for that. And the second one in the Annapurna is the Annapurna Conservation Permit, which makes sense. This is August weather. It's the monsoon weather. It's not raining at the moment. It was raining a little bit last night, but it's foggy. So if you're lucky in the morning, you may be able to see some mountains, at least the peaks of Machhapuchhre or Annapurna, Dhaulagiri. It really depends. So again, it's up to the luck. So you may spend a week here without seeing anything, or maybe just one morning and you can see all of them. After all the frustrations, it's worth it. When you're here, you forget about the roads, the transportation, the overcharging, the double standards, the whatever, the pollution, everything else. When you're here, everything is worth it. So just hang on until you get here. Behind me, all the way in the back, in the background, you see the Fuel Lake and Pokhara. I hope you can see that. So it's not too far. The Australian camp. This is the view from the Australian camp on the hill. I think the view is actually better than Dhampus or whatever it's around here. So Australian camp is the best view around Pokhara. Sarangot is also nice, but it's a bit lower than this. Especially in the rainy season, you have to be careful of the leeches that fall from the trees, and they will be sucking your blood.
Oh, I can take out.
Or should I get some salt?
Yeah, no salt. I can catch, huh?